And I just, like, it's the mental gymnastics for me. I know I say that a lot, but at this point, Amber has to have like 6 gold medals in mental gymnastics. Like, I cannot understand the disconnect here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel. I am happy to have you here again with me this week. If you are new and this is the first time you are seeing my face, welcome. I make weekly videos dissecting internet nonsense, so if you're into that type of thing or you like today's video, I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel and it makes sure that you never miss another upload from me. I know. Everyone and their mother knows at this point that Amberlynn Reid is trying to get weight loss surgery again. And if you don't know that, or you don't know who Amberlynn Reid is, do you live under a rock? I'm just asking for a friend. But in all seriousness, since I did my very first video talking about Amberlynn Reid, which feels like forever ago, it was like maybe 7 months ago or so. You know, I've lost all sense of time at this point in my life. The algorithm has been doing its thing and promoting that type of content to me on YouTube. And my girl Megan Ann, and I don't think Megan knows that she's my girl, but like the power of parasocial relationships, right? Megan has been talking about Amberlynn Reid's most recent attempt at weight loss surgery and talking about the reasons why she, as someone who has gone through the process, does not think that Amberlynn is ready for weight loss surgery. And I gotta be 100% here. I mostly watch Amberlynn content through other sources, mostly Megan Ann, sometimes Zachary Michael. There are a plethora of reaction channels out there, and I'm still not looking to be one of those. They do a really good job, but I saw her most recent video titled "I Got Bad News," and I couldn't wait for someone else to react to it. I needed to know what the bad news was. And so I watched Amberlynn's video, and I have a lot of opinions on it, so I want to share those with you today. Without further ado, let's get into it. So for anyone who doesn't know, Amberlynn Reid is a content creator who has been on the YouTube platform for more than a decade. And she started out pretty humbly as a weight loss channel, and she spiraled into, whether intentional or not, a mukbang / weight gain channel. And she has gained a considerable amount of weight, like not just a little bit, like quite a bit of weight. And you guys know me, I hate being harsh, I hate pointing that out, but that is the truth of her channel. And for little over a month now, she has started her newest stint at trying to get weight loss surgery. And I want to pause for 1 second to say that I do think that Amberlynn Reid should get weight loss surgery. I think that it would be good for her, and I hope that she will see the light and she will put in the work that she needs to get the surgery. I think it will only make her life better. Anyway, since the beginning of January, Amberlynn Reid has shared her life in this weight loss journey, literally using the phrase weight loss surgery in about 8 or 9 video titles. She has been progressing through the program that she's in very rapidly. It only took a month's time for her to get approval for weight loss surgery, as she was telling us, by a psychologist, by a surgeon. She was getting tests done, and people really couldn't understand how she was blasting through this so quickly when that is traditionally not how weight loss surgery works. It was clear to everyone, except for Amber apparently, that she was on a fast track to disappointment. And she was sharing on her channel in these videos that she was really in it this time. She was in it to win it. She was doing all of the things and feeling better about her mental health this time.
So I did some journaling earlier, and I was like realizing that my mental health now compared to when I tried to get weight loss surgery 3 years ago is so drastically different. Like, the person that I am, the way that I handle things, my anxiety, my depression, the way that I view the world and my surroundings is so different. I care so much now that it's crazy. And I think it's because my mental health is better than it's been, honestly, in years. You can't change overnight. Your thoughts can't change overnight. Your mental health can't improve overnight. But slowly, I noticed these things for me changing.
Cut to her newest vlog that my little itchy fingers couldn't help themselves. I had to click on it before a reaction channel put out their content because I just could not help myself. So what I'm gonna do is point out the few things that really caught my attention that I have feelings about. The first thing that caught my attention was this.
With the psychologist, he was able to see that I was past that stage of my life.
Did anyone else come out of this literally scratching their head? Like, I want to understand how Amber's brain works because she has only been on this weight loss surgery journey for a month. She started talking about this in the beginning of January. I guess technically by the time you're seeing this video, it will have been 2 months because we're at the end of February. But in December, and I think even in early January, she shared that she was struggling with food, having binge meals. One of them was fast food and the other was candy bars that she received to her P.O. box. But she openly admitted that she was still struggling with food. So something isn't connecting. There's something in this timeline that just isn't the truth. Which is interesting because she just got done telling us how important it was to be honest.
To get weight loss surgery, you have to see a dietitian and you have to get approved by the dietitian to get weight loss surgery. So one thing that is very important when you go to get weight loss surgery, because you are literally changing your anatomy. You are changing like your hormones, the way your body works, your stomach. Like, it is being taken out. I mean, obviously they leave some stomach, but a lot is happening. Changes your whole anatomy, and it's a big change, physically, mentally, all of it. So you have to be honest. You have to be honest with everything. And seeing the dietitian and seeing the psychologist, I was very, very upfront and honest. I have been diagnosed with binge eating in the past.
And honestly, I want her to be honest. But the way she was presenting this process, like she was just rapidly getting through all these steps and getting weight loss surgery like soon, really had me concerned that she was lying to either the psychologist, the surgeon, or all of the above. And that would only have bad results for her. Anyway, let's continue.
And I was diagnosed with binge eating about a year ago. And since then, I have seen a psychologist for a year. A lot has changed since then when it comes to like my mentality and what I consider a binge. And the way that I see binging is very different than the standard binging. And that's been hard for me to like wrap my head around. The psychologist said, you know, binging is eating 3 times what you normally would as a person, not what is a normal amount to eat as a person, but you, what is your normal? And I don't do that. That I don't do. I overeat, sure, but I never eat 3 times or 4 times the amount that I normally would eat. This whole being diagnosed with binge eating has been very strange, and I think it's hard and confusing because think of it this way. I am 500 pounds. I have been 572. I have been almost 600 pounds. You can't get that way unless you are eating large quantities of food. Is that just like massively overeating? Or is that binging? For the normal person, it looks like binging. Like when I watch 600 Pound Life and they show what they're eating, I've never ate that much in one sitting.
So here she shares she's been working with a different psychologist for around a year, and she's learned new coping skills, which is great. But she also says that that person helped her redefine what binge eating was to her. And that left me feeling a little confused. Like, I don't know what she means by I redefined what binging means. Then she follows that, so leads me further into my confusion, by saying that when this new psychologist, who's part of the weight loss surgery program, defined binge eating as eating 3 times the amount you would normally eat, she suddenly felt like she didn't have binge eating disorder. And I just, like, it's the mental gymnastics for me. I know I say that a lot, but at this point, Amber has to have like 6 gold medals in mental gymnastics. Like, I cannot understand the disconnect here. Because she's been telling people for years that she has binge eating disorder. She has used it to justify her ordering fast food, to justify quitting different diets. She's made it part of her brand at this point. But now that it's threatening her weight loss surgery, she suddenly doesn't have it. And I think I was the most surprised by her acting like she had never heard that information before, because the original professional who would have diagnosed her with that would have also had that information. Like, this isn't new to anyone except for Amber. So again, I am confusion. But it doesn't work like that. You can't just take it back because it doesn't fit your needs anymore. Like, that is not real life. And the truth is, even if she was misdiagnosed, the way that Amber eats now, like the amount of food that she eats at her current weight, is too much to have weight loss surgery. The amount of food she is eating right now in this moment would still be enough, even if it's not binge eating, to cause damage to her after she had weight loss surgery. And that, for me, is the bottom line. Like, she can keep going back and forth in her own head, tit for tat. Do I have binge eating disorder? Do I not? That it really doesn't matter. The amount of food we see you eat on camera is still too much. And it would be extremely dangerous to her during her recovery to not have overcome those things. And that's why people were so shocked to see her getting so many green lights and practically sprinting to the operating room. It's clear, again, to everyone that Amberlynn is not mentally or physically prepared for weight loss surgery. So fast forward in the conversation, and Amber tells us that she shared with her dietitian the last time that she binged.
And I had my dietitian appointment, and she told me, this is going to be hard to hear, but if you are trying to get weight loss surgery, this is within their program. Every program is different. If you're trying to get weight loss surgery with this program, you have to go a full year, 365 days, without one binge.
I don't know about all of you, but that seems pretty reasonable to me. And if you don't know, if you haven't been here long, I also was diagnosed with binge eating disorder. And that happened during 2020. It was when the world was shut down. I finally decided, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. I need help. I need to figure out what's going on with me. Binge eating disorder was the diagnosis. And I have been working with a team of professionals since then. And it is really, really difficult. It took me multiple years to sort of understand what was happening to me and why it was happening to me and what I could do to stop it. And then it still took me more time to actually put those things into practice. And so for me, again, sitting here on the outside, I was like, I don't understand. She has been seeing someone for 1 year. 1 year, continuing to film herself on camera ordering massive amounts of food, but she thinks that she's fixed it? Like, it was just gonna take 1 year of time to undo 10 years worth of bad habits? This moment with the dietitian was her learning that that was not enough. And this was her getting that notice of like, hey, we see you and we see that you're not over this. This was a reality check moment. And before I continue on to cover her reaction to that reality check, I want to just pause for a moment on her phrasing of on this program, because every program is different. And this might be a little nitpicky. I don't know if you guys heard it, but my ears perked all the way up. Amber has a history of doctor shopping if she feels like things are not going her way or at her pace. And so when I heard her say that, I was immediately curious whether or not she was going to continue going with this program or if she was going to look elsewhere to find something that would fit her timeline. What do you guys think? Did you hear her say that? You'll have to let me know. But it was something that really caught my attention. And so I wanted to make sure that we talked about it. Anyway, it's her reaction to this reality check that I think has people a little fired up. Take a look.
She said the improvements I'm making is amazing and she's proud and I'm going in the right direction, etc., etc. But she said, I cannot get weight loss surgery for a year. She cannot approve me for a year. And I immediately broke down, but I immediately had a breakdown in front of the dietitian. I couldn't control it. It was like my insides exploded and I cried. And it just felt like another obstacle, another thing to just get in the way, because I have been doing everything to get this surgery. I have gotten people messaging me saying, how are you getting through this process so quickly? I've been doing this for months and I'm not even as far along as you. I have been just like, I wanted the surgery before summer. I did. Since I'm self-pay, that would have been manageable. But since I have been diagnosed with an eating disorder, it's not manageable and it's not possible. And it hurts. And it instantly put me in this like weird headspace where I was just like, this isn't fair. I instantly thought of 600 Pound Life, where these people, this isn't me saying anything bad about anybody. And I have seriously sat here and I was like, should I even share my true feelings? This is just like what I'm going through. I've sat here and I've been like, they're worse off. They eat way more than I do in one sitting. Why are they able to get the surgery? Why do we have to wait a year, knowing that no matter how much work I do now, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. All the tests I did, it doesn't matter. And it just, I don't know, it's just like disheartening and it hurts. And
instead of remaining positive and keeping the momentum to continue to lose weight, to continue to exercise, to continue to follow the stupid little rules like taking smaller sips of water, eating smaller meals, not drinking from a straw, Amber took the reality check as a negative, a hurdle, and oh my gosh, that's a lot of time for me to fail. Which again, threw me off for a second, because she just spent the whole first part of her video telling us that she didn't have issues with binge eating disorder, and a psychologist could see that she was beyond that. So if you don't have issues with it, how is it going to affect you? Like, you should just be able to continue doing what you're doing without issue then, until you can get weight loss surgery. Do you see where things aren't lining up here? But additionally, I want to just touch on what I said before. The way that Amberlynn Reid eats now, the amount of food she consumes at her current weight, would be very dangerous for her to have weight loss surgery. And she spent a lot of this video comparing her journey to people on My 600 Pound Life, which, like, that's reality TV. Like, that's not real life. They can do whatever they want with their timelines. They could film those people for 2 years and say that it was 6 months. Like, you have no idea. So, first of all, that's a terrible comparison. But second, she's most concerned about people who are on that TV show that eat more than her in one sitting and get approved for weight loss surgery within a couple months. And to that, I would say she's forgetting that the people we often see getting surgery like a few months into the show, like the timeline of the year, they have lost a considerable amount of weight. Like, they have to do a very strict diet. They've got to start exercising. They have to prove that they are capable of making those changes before they get their surgery, unless it's some sort of crazy emergency. That tends to be the layout of the show, right? They go see Dr. Now. They hear all of the, like, wow, you have an enabler. Who's your enabler? You need to eat less food. You need to exercise. You need to prove that you can lose 30 pounds a month for the next 2 months and then come back and visit me. They go back and visit. They either have lost the weight and they get approved, or they haven't lost the weight and then they get lectured. Like, it has a pretty formulaic layout to the TV show. And the people who do get surgery, again, have followed the rules, have taken their time, lost a lot of weight prior to surgery, and then they go through the process. And these are just things that Amber hasn't done. I mean, for God's sake, 5 days ago, 5, you can count them on one hand, 5 days ago, she was on her YouTube channel telling people that she hasn't lost weight.
But I haven't lost any more weight. I want to do a little update with you guys. So I haven't lost any more weight, which is frustrating. I'm hitting like a little plateau moment. Like, who hits a plateau over 500 pounds? I do, ooh. Things are getting completed, like all my appointments and things I'm supposed to do. Things are just like moving and grooving, and we're getting closer. I'm about to do my eyeliner, so let me finish speaking before I do my eyeliner, because I can't do my eyeliner and speak at the same time. It's hard. What I'm trying to say is I've done all of what I can when it comes to like appointments, and I've been losing weight and eating better, etc, etc. Now I feel like I need to step it up into like high gear a little bit. I haven't been counting calories. I haven't been counting protein. I haven't been doing any of that. I've just simply been eating the foods that they tell me I'm allowed to eat and just watching my portions.
Do you see why I just like can't wrap my brain around her brain and her thought process? Like, it's so disconnected from reality. And all this vlog did was prove that Amberlynn Reid is not ready physically or mentally for weight loss surgery, because she hit one small roadblock. One small roadblock. She can still get weight loss surgery. They're just asking her to keep working on herself leading up to it. And instead of, again, continuing that momentum, she admits that she had a change in mindset about the whole thing. She was considering slipping back into old habits. And I just... tell me you're not recovered without telling me you're not recovered. Like, this is it. Saying that you're going to slide back into those old habits and you immediately had bad thoughts means that you are not recovered. Because if it slips back that easily, you likely haven't worked through it. And I'm still wishing her the best. I am honestly hoping that she will see the light and she will continue to put in the work to get herself surgery. I think that it would better her life. She has to do that. She has to want to do that. There is not a single person who can do it for her. So I hope that she will be willing to put in the work. But only time will tell. And I mean, that's all I have for you guys today. I mean, did you see this video? Have you been watching the weight loss surgery progression? Like, what do you think? And at this point, do you think that she will continue on and go through with this journey? Or do you think that this is going to cause a backslide that she may or may not come back from? You'll have to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for being here with me again today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.